sometimes I find it most challenging to even be honest with myself about some of these questions, particularly around like loving myself and loving the world and being honest about the effort I put into making the world what I want it to be and making myself who I want to be. And so I wanted to really create this kind of for myself to force me somehow to answer these questions about how I see myself in the world. And so there were a lot of different design decisions that went into try to craft an installation that would elicit certain responses. And so one of the things I knew that this would exist within a larger art exhibit, and so I wanted to create something kind of physically impressive, but that was also starkly different from the exhibit that it was designed to be a part of. And so upon approach, it's a very kind of slate gray figure, kind of, it's almost nondescript though. And so it gives us kind of hopefully giving a sense of mystery and unknownness. I wanted the approach to the installation to kind of have people feel like they don't know exactly what's going to happen to them. So the sonic experience for the installation is multifold. Adeo helped me with the soundtrack, as well as Alan Thompson and Jam Henderson and Black Space. And so we created a sonic field where the individual is prompted by several questions accompanied by a soundtrack, and it's in surround sound. So when you're in the room, you're hearing different questions come from different places, and you're also hearing a bass resonance that hopefully the idea is that the questions will resonate physically within your body, again eliciting a strong response. Again, kind of creating a sense of unsteadiness and otherworldly. I wanted to warm folks up when they came in. The initial questions just kind of set the stage for the experience, inviting people to participate. They were asked initially to not answer the questions out loud, and the idea was to warm them up. There was also a pacing worked into the script, so that the initial questions have much longer for you to kind of think about them. And as the script progressed, and even into the part where you were asked to speak out loud, you had shorter and shorter amount of time to answer those questions. And the idea is that you can't answer these questions in the amount of time given, and so I wanted to give a sense of urgency to the person experiencing the exhibit installation. That urgency is important in my personal life. I need to figure out how to love myself more, and that's really urgent because it affects all of my relationships. It affects how I move in the world, and it affects my ability to be the best version of myself. Understanding how I can impact the world differently is urgent. Our planet might not be around, at least in a way that we can inhabit it as humans, and so this whole reflection is about us understanding our humanity and reflecting on what makes us human. And so I think there's just an inherent urgency around us really understanding that before our ability to be human and our current understanding of it no longer exists. So when you come in, there's a mirror, and there's a stark white room, and the idea is that you're by yourself, and you have to face the voice in your head, and it's kind of a opportunity for you to speak with yourself in a way. And so the light is sequenced with the questions, so that when you're asked a question, you see yourself, and then the light goes off, and that creates kind of a ghost image of yourself and of the lights. And the idea is like even when the light's off, you still have to confront yourself and the questions. And so there's kind of like no hiding in this installation. The starkness, going from stark dark to stark white, also creates like hopefully creates a physical embodiment of the questions again, forcing you to kind of confront yourself and confront the questions that are being asked of you. Deepest desire was for me to create a system for self-examination, and if I could achieve that, I would feel good. But honestly, to see friends and family and people I'm in community with experience it, and be able to really glean something from it, and to come out and say, oh, it forced me to kind of reckon with some things that I was wrestling with and was scared to answer, or hear people say that they couldn't hide from themselves, was really moving for me, and those are some of my greatest expectations for this. So hopefully this is a prototype. I want to do bigger, more experiences like this. Room to Yield is originally pitched as part of a series where I want to use different environmental cues. So, and this experience was meant to be somewhat of a futuristic leaning experience. But I would. Let me think. Other experiences in this series would include different natural cues from like nature, different cues from different experiences. Room to Yield is part of a series of unique immersive experiences where I want to use different types of cues to pull different things out of folks and out of myself. And hopefully, in the same way that the sound and light resonated in this particular experience, I want to use nature and other experiences to bring different answers out of people. There were so many people that you'll see in the credits that helped pull this together, and I just want to express my extreme gratitude to everybody. My community really showed up in a way that I knew they would, but it just felt so much to see it happen. Whether it was money, whether it was time, expertise, imagination, or even just making phone calls or emails. And so pulling this together was definitely a community effort, and to see it resonate, particularly within the folks that helped put it together, really means a lot.